I. Some of us have two eyes. I. Some of us have four. I. Well, these aren't just people eyes. I'm moving my mouse. I'm going to set this up a little bit. And we're going to look at this book, the D. McDonald's I adult coloring book. There's the back. Eyes, human and not. There's the thickness of the book with a really pretty, weird, strange purple pink color to it. Name on the spine means it's a pretty large size book. We're going to take a look at what's inside of this book. I may have to move the camera again. I have to play around with it between getting the covery thing good enough. Good enough. This is not high professional stuff. This is, old lady does this stuff. Old lady. Tip it a little more and move this a little more. Thank you for bearing with me. There we go. Good enough. All right. So as always, or as I try, the look inside the book feature is giving people who were shopping on Amazon a chance to see a few of the what's inside the book so that they don't go, I didn't like it. Well, you get, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 samples right there of what's inside this book. And it's about the eyeball. Eyes, human and not. So it's a whole book. It is definitely a workbook designed for what can I do with eyeballs. I am not an eye coloring expert, so it's been interesting. People donated their eyes for this book a long time ago. It took forever to get this book done. So this is a book all about fun and practicing coloring eyes. This is why there are duplicate pages. So here we have the cover with the copyright information on it. And then we get still some more samples of the donated eyes. And some of the people that I actually got their names in the book because they donated their eyes, I had so many. Picking and choosing was difficult. And at one point, I just had to stop and go, just publish the doggone book. I mean, I really had hundreds of eyes. So here you have the grayscale, what the eye really looks like, and then the line art so that you can even play with how much do you want to try to get that eye to look like the eye. I see a duck. I see strange things. All right. And so we're also going to take a look at what I did with this in my practicing. And sometimes I just go, you know what? I don't care. This one doesn't have to look real. I'm just going to have fun. Because that's one of the reasons why I buy coloring books, for the sheer fun of playing with them. And I love to redecorate. So doing coloring books keeps me from changing my furniture all around and constantly being, looking at everything. I get to use that part of me elsewhere. So I put some aliens in there and a mushroom because this is actually Tabitha L. Barnett's eye, or my rendering of her eye, but her eye does appear in here. Here are a couple different eyeballs to practice on. Remember, it is a workbook. It is a workbook for eyes. Not the best eyes, not the most beautiful eyes, just simply eye. Here's Wendy Johnson's eye. It's pretty though. I'm pretty impressed with what I did with this one. Also, this is a very good place to practice your coloring of skin, and to see skin close up because I had to enlarge this. Very weird, strange book. It's on Amazon. There will be a link in the description. And playing with it. Now here I did these eyes. So these are more cartoony eyes, but they're eyes. I once upon a time, or maybe twice when I was teaching, I did get I pink eye. So as a joke, these are the pink eyes I'd rather have than conjunctivitis. That was very painful. This is my dog Patch's eyes, and I don't like fur. So I started playing with fur, and then I moved on and went, okay, I still don't like fur. I'm not a fur thing. But here I played with purple fur, blue fur, aqua fur, and the eyeballs. And just how much detail could I go in? And like I'm sharing, I'm not good at it. Boy, the word eye comes up a lot. So plenty of chances to try and see what you can do with the eye. Cat's eyes. I tried the fur and I just went, not my thing. So here I did, using gel highlighters. I gave this cat purple fur. It was easy. It was fun. And no matter what, if this is a hobby, which it should be a hobby, have some fun with it. There's a person reflected in the eyes. Whoever took the picture of the cat, they're actually in the eye. Eye. So that's also interesting too, to look into the eyes. Kitty, kitty. I tried with the fur. I gave up. And that's the book is moderately priced, so that you don't feel like you have to. You're not going to frame this. This is a practice book. I mean, you could if you really like cats. You could cut this book apart. Look, the pink cat. Oh, that cat's got a story. That actually. Oh, I can't think of the artist, but that would be right up that artist's alley. If I could, I'm just losing my ability to remember names. So I played around with the eyes, and then gave up. I played around with the fur and the eyes, and just bounced around this book like a crazy lady. Here's Tabitha L. Barnett's real eye. She says it's not very good. It's not a pretty eye. I said it didn't have to be, but that's all right. She donated her eye. And here I worked on it a little more, just trying to see if I could really get the eyeball right. And oh look, I pressed. The black is nice, and I do try to remember to put pages in between, no matter what, even though it's single-sided. But I really like this eyeball even better, and she has two eyes now over here. I didn't notice that before. So you do want to put a buffer paper in, even if you're not using markers, because pencil will lift off. Just a word to the wise. I love the eyebrows. Let's go back and take a look at those eyebrows. Look at I worked on it and then I gave up. Because it's like taking a class. I'll do a little at a time and then just move on to something more fun than trying to see if I can't learn and master the eye. Jamie Fugate's eye. Jane Addams' eye behind eyeglasses. And I really would like to try to do the blue of the glass with a glass look, but I don't think I'm that skilled, and I don't think I need to. I'm not sure, but I have a second chance. The second page, I may actually focus on the glasses, not the eye. Maybe I'll give her a pink frame. And then here it is, minus all in a line art to play with. So there's quite a bit to play with in the book. Chrissy Ann's eye looking up, an eye staring into the spaces. And look at all the little itty bitty bubbles and things that are in an eye. Another, interesting book if you have children, to just thumb through it and say, let's take a look at eyeballs. Because you can't really go up to people, strangers, and say, can I take a look at your eyes? Not really, but in your own home, then you could all, gaze into each other's eyes and see what you're going to see. And if everybody has camera phones or whatever, you could all take pictures of your eyes and check them out on your phones. Try to guess whose eye is it. Whose eye is it? Then I made some little goofy creatures with the eyeballs in them. I had to have some creatures in the book. I think she's holding eyeballs. I'm not sure. It could be. Could turn those into eyeballs. Then here she is really big. I've seen her colored. She is so cool. Rosalie Ramsey did her amazing. And you could see that in the D. McDonald Designs Coloring Club on Facebook. It's there. If you scroll around, there's a lot there. And then you have a second shot at her. This is my oldest daughter's crazy eyes. She just had to be silly and donated insane eyes. All right. This is, before I really grade it, I went a little lighter over here. And I was really surprised at her skin. I have to take a good look at her skin if I ever get a chance to again. And then just eyes to play with, which you could also then try to draw them from here to there. Play around with your drawing of an eye and decide what you want to do with the eyes. The simple eyes that I think were in that first one just came in here. Again, you could practice drawing eyeballs. Just use it, to do your own thing on the paper or add a face to it. Yeah, make it a strange and unusual creature. Yep. That's where she came from. Kind of I don't know, elf. I don't know what she is. I don't know. 2018. It did take a while. All right, me playing around with those eyes and working on the skin, and then yeah, I gave up. I quit. Hopefully, my books will go to someone someday, and they'll say, "I'm going to keep working on it." This I just found interesting. This entire picture of pills, and this would be a wonderful learn how to use your Google and try to identify the pills by typing in the number, and then a pill search will come up. Some you can read, some you just have to guess. But the silly part of me just said, I think I want to color those. I didn't yet, but if I ever really run out of anything to do, I may remember that this page exists in the book, and I would do that. One of my granddaughters, she was really into princesses, so I created this one for her. Threw it in there. The I adult coloring book. Here is some with the title in to color and share in groups. I really appreciate that. I love seeing something that, shows up. That's really nice. It's been rare lately, but it is what it is, what it is. So here you have your very easy to color. You don't have to type in the name of the book because I already did that for you. And here we have this one, this one. So those are her eyes. They turned into this creature. Oh, now I'm sort of remembering. Not really. It's 2018. A lot has happened since 2018. Here are just some of my books, and I no longer create this. I gave up, 150 books ago. hmm Some people collect dust, some people make dust. Then we get to the end of the book, and the very, very end of the book will give me where it's from. It was printed in Coppell, Texas, on the 9th of May in 2021. May. That was just the beginning of the longest year ever, followed by yet another long year. So there you have it. The I Adult Coloring Book, available on Amazon. A book that's definitely a work style book, all about seeing what you can do with eyeballs, fur, and skin, and play with it. It is a play with it book focusing on the eye. I thank you for joining in. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for leaving comments and likes on the and nice things on all the coloring books that you may buy from Amazon. Please help out the independent artists that create and put their time into it. And we all thank you for doing that. And with that, I am going to end this. Yes, I am, because I have about 6 books I have to catch up on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.